Why, hello everyone. This is Miss Dark Shigo here, and I'm back with another review. And today we are going to be reviewing this 1998 movie called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie. This came out in 1998, and I have to say, this movie is just a lot better than the other movie. Like what I mean by is the Rankin Boss one. Now the Rankin Boss one is a classic because lots of people even grew up with it, in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s. Some people probably were around since the 90s, probably remember growing up watching this movie back then. Now, this film, it's about 25 years old, the same age as me, which is very, very surprising because I really do enjoy this film. I have it on VHS, and I used to watch this on VHS like a long time ago. It's such a great classic film from the 90s. Although it cannot be, compared to the Rankin Boss one, but this one, you definitely have to watch this movie because this movie is just a really great film. I do remember watching this almost every Christmas as a kid, and this is definitely a really great film. And I mean, if you have a movie collection, you definitely have to add this one. This stars Whoopi Goldberg, Debbie Reynolds, Bob Newhart, and of course John Goodman. Now John Goodman plays Santa Claus, which he was also the voice of Sully in Monsters Inc. and Baloo the Bear from The Jungle Book 2. Whoopi Goldberg also provided the voice of Shenzi the hyena from The Lion King. Bob Newhart was also in another film, which of course was Elf, which I will plan to review that sometime before Christmas this year. And of course, Debbie Reynolds did other voices too. She was Charlotte from Charlotte's Web, and she was in a couple other movies too. Of course, we'd also have Eric Idle, who plays as the Fox character, which I will be getting to him in a bit. Now, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the movie, it's pretty much the almost exactly the same plot as the Rankin Boss one, but except there's no Yeti like it was in the first one. Cornelius or Hermie the Elf was not in this one. But I will have to say it's still a pretty good movie, and it's just a really awesome film. Now, like, I know I've been saying it's an awesome film so many times, but I just really like this movie. Now, of course, instead of Fireball, you do have Arrow, who pretty much picks on Rudolph and bullies him, along with some other people. And of course, we do have Zoe instead of Clarice. You have Zoe, which of course a lot of people think Zoe and Rudolph together is a pretty cute couple, which I think it is. I mean, I do remember watching, this movie a lot back then, and it's still a very good film. I mean, I can't believe it's like 25 years old already. I mean, this movie is such a great classic. A lot of people really enjoy this film. So, with that being said, do I like this one better than the Rankin Boss one? Well, I do because there's a lot of it's great made in the 90s. I mean, this is perfect, especially for something made in the 1990s. So, you definitely can understand where I'm coming from with this movie. So, the plot of this movie is pretty much Rudolph being born with a red nose. He's different from everybody else. And of course, you have a villain. Instead of the Yeti, you have well, the Snow Witch or Ice Witch named Stormella. And she wants to bring a huge storm that will bury Santa for good if anyone crosses her bridge. However, though, I don't know what caused her to do that, but that was over the fact that, she got angry with one of Santa's elves wrecking her ice sculptures, which I think it's just a dumb idea of her to do that, but that's just how the film was. So eventually, we do see Rudolph getting made fun of by all the other reindeer because of his red nose. And even when he was in the reindeer games, everything seemed to go well until he gets banned from the rest of the games over a misunderstanding and a mishap, which of course was involving, well, Arrow lying to him about Zoe. We saying nasty stuff about him. So knowing that Zoe would never do that, Rudolph got bad with Arrow and pretty much blinded him with the red nose. So Rudolph runs away eventually, and he comes across well, the Arctic Fox character named Slyly the Fox, who is voiced by Eric Idle. And of course, they were both pretty much just hanging in there and, going off on their own adventure. They meet the polar bear named Leonard, who is voiced by Bob Newhart, the same actor who was Buddy the elf's adoptive dad from Elf, which of course most of you guys probably remember that by now. Um, and of course, Zoe tries to go and find Rudolph, but she ends up getting captured by Stormella, and of course, it's up to Rudolph and his gang to go find Zoe and bring her home. Now, of course, when Stormella brings the storm back, Rudolph wishes for her to be nice, which of course, that was when, Stormella changes her ways, and of course, the end of the film involves Rudolph using his red nose to guide Santa and his reindeer through the snowstorm because, it was really bad that Santa was going to think of pretty much canceling the flight for Christmas Eve. So, of course, Rudolph saves the day, and that's pretty much the end of the film. Now, what did I personally think of this movie? Well, for one, it's a pretty good special. Like, even though this one is a movie, but I personally like this film. I mean, back when I was a kid, I used to watch this film on VHS, and I do remember it came on TV a few times, and I used to watch it on TV a few times too. So I definitely got to say, this is definitely a pretty good adaptation of the film. I mean, it is animated back in the 1990s, so you can definitely say it's really good for a film made in the 1990s. Now, this is actually one of my favorite films from the 90s, along with The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, The Lion King, etc. So I definitely have to say this film definitely hasn't aged at all, and it's just a really good film. However, I definitely really wish that we have a sequel to this film, because even though it's been 25 years, but I really like to see a sequel to this film. Of course, they made a sequel to the Rankin Boss film, Good Times Entertainment did, but not this one, which honestly didn't really make any sense. But at the same time, the sequel to the Rankin Boss one, there's only a few things I like about the film, but other than that, that film really sucked. But that's just me. But anyways, I like the voice acting. I thought they did a pretty good job in this film. The characters are really well developed in that. I definitely like the sprites of the Northern Lights because those were the characters that we did not see in the Rankin Boss one, but in this one. I don't know why they added them, but they're still pretty good characters. And of course, we have Zoe, who is, Rudolph's doe friend. I think she's a pretty sweet reindeer, really well made in detail. And we definitely get a little bit of development saying that she feels bad for Rudolph for going through all the bullying with the other reindeer and stuff. So, yeah, at least Rudolph knows that he's got one friend who cares about him. So, anyway, I personally really like this one, although the Rankin Boss one was just as good. But I think I like this one better than the other one. That I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that I really like about this movie. And of course, the songs in there are just really good. I mean, I like the actors. I like John Goodman as Santa Claus. I think he did a pretty good job. If he did just as good as Sully and Monsters Inc., then he did just as good as this one. I do know he was also Fred Flintstone in the Flintstones live action movie, which of course I have yet to review that one. But this is definitely a really great film. I personally enjoyed it, and I think a lot of kids would really enjoy this movie. Lots of kids would enjoy this, and even adults would enjoy this too. Even adults would definitely really find themselves enjoying this film. So, like, if you were a kid, you would really enjoy this as an adult, and I know kids would enjoy this. Some of the jokes the kids may not understand, but adults would. But it's definitely a really good movie. You really have to see this movie. I mean, you will not be disappointed. But that's just my opinion on this movie because I personally like it better than the Rankin Boss one. But if you like the Rankin Boss one, I respect your opinion. I'm not going to be offended or anything if you don't like this one and you prefer the Rankin Boss one. So, I guess with that being said, let's wrap up this review. So this was the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie, came out in 1998. I give this movie about 10 out of 10 stars. Really classic and a really great film. I personally really enjoy this. I thought it was a great movie. It's really cute, I definitely have to say. I like the songs in the movie. I thought the songs did pretty good and they fit perfectly with the theme, and I really do like the fact that, we got great actors that were in this movie. Most of them I know. This film, you definitely have to really check out this film if you haven't. You will not be disappointed once you see it. It's a really great film. So, I guess with that being said and that being the case, this is just simply my own personal opinion on this movie. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these stories. Well, not really just stories, but movies. This is just my own personal thoughts. If you like the Rankin Boss one better, let me know in the comments below. If you like this one better, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what's your opinion on this movie, because I would really like to hear it. So anyways, guys, I'm Miss Dark Shigo. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you're interested in following my main channel, which is The Lion Queen, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe to my main account, because I'm mostly active on that one. So if you want to go follow me on my main account, you're more than welcome to do so. So if there's something I'm missing about this movie that I did not state in the review, let me know what it is in the comments below, because I personally would like to hear what you guys think. So, I guess with that being said and that being the case, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And like always, I'll see you all next time in the next video.